Right, Susie, the suspect on the loose tonight, and we know that at least 3 people are dead, possibly 4, and several others remain in critical condition. A terrorism investigation has been launched. Where there should have been a cheerful Christmas street market, a manhunt was underway tonight in the French city of Strasbourg. Witnesses say a gunman had opened fire. Some reported a dozen shots. Amateur video shows several people wounded. French authorities confirmed that others had been killed. The center of this historic town on the French-German border was locked down as the wounded, some of them critically, were treated. One eyewitness, a man named Peter Fritz, said over the phone that he saw one of the shootings.
And I went around the corner and I saw a person with apparently 2 shots into the head lying on the bridge here. We tried to engage in resuscitation activities, and after 45 minutes we stopped the resuscitation efforts because the doctor told us over the phone that it's senseless.
Police say the gunman was known to them and had a criminal record. One report claimed the attacker had been wounded himself in an exchange of fire with police. But through the evening, he remained on the run. And several security sources say French police raided the home of the suspected gunman on Tuesday morning. The alleged gunman was not there. Several sources have also said the man was on a special watch list in France. In the newsroom, I'm Tom Waite. Back to you in the studio.
Bei einem Anschlag in der französischen Stadt Straßburg sind mindestens 3 Menschen getötet worden. 12 Menschen wurden verletzt. Der Täter ist noch auf der Flucht. Die Polizei geht von einem terroristischen Hintergrund aus. Der polizeibekannte Angreifer hatte gegen 20 Uhr in der Nähe des Weihnachtsmarktes mit einer automatischen Waffe das Feuer eröffnet. Nach einem Schusswechsel mit Sicherheitskräften entkam er Berichten zufolge in einem Taxi, das er gestohlen hatte. Der italienische Europaabgeordnete Marco Affronte erlebte das Attentat vor Ort mit. Er sagte uns, ich war auf dem Weihnachtsmarkt, als ich 6, 7 Schüsse hörte. Ich realisierte erst nicht, dass es Schüsse waren. Dann sah ich 2 Menschen am Boden, viele weitere schrien und begannen zu rennen. Ich rannte ebenfalls und klingelte an einer Tür. In diesem Haus befinde ich mich nach wie vor und warte darauf, dass sich die Lage beruhigt und ich in mein Hotel kann.
Still in this house, waiting for the situation to become more quiet in order to reach my hotel.
In Straßburg hat das Europaparlament seinen offiziellen Sitz. Unterdessen verhängte Frankreichs Regierung nach dem Anschlag die höchste nationale Sicherheitswarnstufe. Innenminister Christophe Castaner sagte:
Nous sommes actuellement en France en posture Vigipirate.
Frankreich befindet sich auf der verschärften Stufe des Sicherheitsplans Vigipirate. Das bedeutet stärkere Grenzkontrollen sowie mehr Kontrollen auf den Weihnachtsmärkten in ganz Frankreich, um das Risiko einer Nachahmungstat zu verringern.
En place de contrôle là encore renforcé sur l'ensemble des marchés de Noël qui se dérouleront en France pour éviter le risque de mimétisme.
Laut dem Minister war der mutmaßliche Täter, Sheriff C., bereits wegen Delikten in Frankreich und Deutschland verurteilt worden. Die Agentur AFP berichtet, der vermutlich radikalisierte Mann sei vor seiner Flucht von Soldaten verletzt worden. Frankreichs Präsident Emmanuel Macron berief in Paris eine Krisensitzung ein. Der Weihnachtsmarkt bleibt indes heute geschlossen. Auch Grund- und Vorschulen setzen den Unterricht aus.
We're also following the story of a manhunt underway in France right now after a gunman opened fire near a popular Christmas market. At least two people were killed and several others were injured. Freelance reporter Catherine Field is in Paris, joining me now with the latest. Catherine, what are police saying about the suspect and their search?
Carol, they're saying that he is a 29-year-old man. He's a local of Strasbourg. He was born there. That just before 8 p.m. local time Tuesday evening, he entered the area around the Strasbourg Cathedral. There's a very small cobblestone area, very small streets. And when he was in there, near that cathedral, near that famous Christmas market, he started shooting. People say he just started. It was almost like out of nowhere. He then backed off for a couple of meters and let off a second round of gunfire. And then he disappeared into the crowd. And so that's where it's important, there's small alleyways there. So since then, police have had the entire area on lockdown. Carol, they've had the area for about 10 kilometers right around under lockdown. People cannot move. They've also closed down the borders around there because Strasbourg is right on that border between France and Germany. They say that this particular man had been known to police, and just this morning, Carol, police had gone to his home to speak to him about an issue which they say was to do with national security. He wasn't there, but they found grenades in his apartment. More than that, police really aren't giving us much more information, Carol.
Okay, so they're not telling you giving any details of what that issue of national security was.
No, they're saying the usual sort of very vague terms, like we've known that he was in touch with people who were involved with possible terrorist attacks or possible planning of terror attacks. Not much more than that at this stage, Carol.
Okay, I see. What are you learning about the victims of this attack?
What we know so far is from the local prefect is 2 dead, 6 seriously injured, and 6 with minor injuries. We know that the local hospitals have been put on this alert to expect more victims to come at some time. We also know that there's at least 10,000 people in lockdown in that area. Let's not forget, in that area nearby the famous Strasbourg Cathedral is the European Parliament. Now, the European Parliament was in session there. So you've got lawmakers there that are still inside. You've also got, for example, nearby in a basketball hall, there was a basketball match going on. You've got 5,000 people in that stadium. They can't go anywhere. So again, we're looking at scenes that we've had so many times also here in Paris, where people are emailing one another, they're tweeting, they're going out on Facebook saying, is there somewhere I can stay? I can't go anywhere. And all these alerts going out from people saying, if anyone knows me, I'm okay. Carol?
All right. Catherine, thank you. Catherine Field in Paris tonight.
Panicked screams, people fleeing. A deadly terror attack tonight near a Christmas market. 1 victim on the street, another shot nearby. Further away, 2 more. The gunman struck around 8 in the evening. His victims apparently random. Witnesses report a dozen shots fired in bursts.
I was taking a walk at the Christmas market. I heard some shot, 6 or 7 shots, and then I saw 2 people on the ground, and many people, of course, screaming and starting to run.
Armed police poured in, but the gunman was on the loose. The historic Strasbourg market, visited by millions every year, is heavily guarded. The attack was just 400 yards away. Authorities placed the city centre on lockdown, warning people to stay indoors. Soon they knew who he was. He had a criminal record, but not where he was. Stores and restaurants were ordered closed, customers inside. At the nearby European Parliament, lawmakers were locked in.
We have all been locked up, so to speak. The whole parliament has been locked.
Also locked in a restaurant, this Euronews correspondent.
That they cannot give us a time. It could be 10 minutes, it could be 1 hour, that we should just stay indoors.
Authorities say this is terrorism by a lone gunman. 2 years ago, a truck was driven into a Christmas market in Berlin, killing 11 and injuring dozens. France is still on terror alert, since a wave of Islamist attacks killed more than 200 people. Tonight in one of its major cities, mourning families and a manhunt. French authorities now confirming 2 people are dead and 13 injured, several of them critically, and reports in the last few minutes that the gunman has been cornered and shots have been fired. He is known not just to police, he is also on a terror watch list drawn up by the French intelligence service. Lester?
All right, Bill Neely with NBC News fans. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.
A show of solidarity in the city of Strasbourg. We're learning more now about Sharif Chakat, the suspected gunman who authorities say killed several people and wounded about a dozen others at a Christmas market in the French city on Tuesday and is now on the run. Authorities say that on the morning before the attack, they had raided the home of the 29-year-old French national in connection to a homicide investigation and arrested 5 other people at that scene. Chakhat was a known religious extremist who was already considered a potential security risk by authorities. He had 27 prior convictions across France, Switzerland, and Germany on charges including theft, and is believed to have been radicalized in prison. He was even deported from Germany to France at one point, although France says they saw no evidence he was planning an attack. Now the French-German border is being combed in an effort to find him. Witnesses say Chakhat shouted Allahu Akbar, Arabic for God is greatest, during the attack. A local taxi driver told French media that Chakhat hijacked his car to escape. He's also believed to have been wounded in gunfights with authorities.
No, Maman.
Gespenstische Szenen in Straßburg. Offenbar kurz nach dem Vorfall filmt ein Anwohner mit seinem Handy, wie Menschen in Panik fliehen, offenbar Verletzte auf der Straße liegen. Inmitten der vorweihnachtlichen Dekoration hat hier mindestens ein Täter das Feuer eröffnet. Polizei und Armee haben inzwischen den Weihnachtsmarkt großflächig abgesperrt. Der Bürgermeister von Straßburg wendet sich per Twitter an die Bevölkerung. Schießerei im Zentrum von Straßburg. Wir bitten Sie, zu Hause zu bleiben, bis die Situation geklärt ist. Auch das französische Innenministerium spricht von einem ernsthaften Sicherheitsvorfall und fordert die Bewohner auf, zu Hause zu bleiben. Der Straßburger Weihnachtsmarkt ist einer der ältesten und größten in Europa. Jedes Jahr zieht er tausende Besucher in die elsässische Stadt. Zu den Hintergründen der Schießerei lagen zunächst keine Angaben vor. Die Behörden gehen jedoch von einem terroristischen Hintergrund aus.
Menschen schreien, Verletzte liegen auf der Straße. Für einige von ihnen kommt jede Hilfe zu spät. Der Schütze hat das Feuer um kurz vor 8 mitten in der Innenstadt von Straßburg eröffnet, in der Nähe des Weihnachtsmarkts. Es waren 2, 3 Schüsse zu hören, dann fingen die Menschen an zu rennen. Ich habe mehrere Schüsse gehört, dachte erst, es seien Böller. Dann sah ich viele Menschen rennen, Kinder weinen und dachte, da ist etwas Schlimmes passiert. In der folgenden Stunde liefert sich der Schütze 2 Schusswechsel mit den Sicherheitskräften. Nach Angaben der Polizei wurde er dabei verletzt. Seitdem ist der 29-Jährige, der in Straßburg geboren wurde, auf der Flucht. Nach Angaben des Senders France Info entkam er mit einem Taxi, das er gestohlen hatte. Die ganze Nacht hindurch suchten 350 Einsatzkräfte mit Unterstützung von Hubschraubern nach dem Täter. Die Fahndung nach dem Mann läuft. Der Verdächtige wurde in Frankreich und in Deutschland wegen zahlreicher Delikte verurteilt und hat bereits eine Haftstrafe verbüßt. Bei der Schießerei im elsässischen Straßburg gehen die Ermittler von einem terroristischen Hintergrund aus. Frankreichs Präsident Macron berief in Paris noch in der Nacht eine Krisensitzung ein und twitterte: Die ganze Nation ist solidarisch mit Straßburg, mit seinen Opfern und deren Familien. Die französische Regierung rief die höchste nationale Sicherheitswarnstufe aus. Nach dem Anschlag wurde auch das Europaparlament in Straßburg vorübergehend abgeriegelt. Die Abgeordneten hielten eine Schweigeminute für die Opfer und EU-Kommissionspräsident Jean-Claude Juncker schrieb via Twitter: Meine Gedanken sind bei den Opfern der Schießerei in Straßburg, die ich mit großer Entschiedenheit verurteile. Straßburg ist eine symbolische Stadt für den Frieden und die europäische Demokratie. Werte, die wir immer verteidigen werden. Und aus Berlin heißt es: Erschüttert über die schreckliche Nachricht aus Straßburg, welches Motiv auch immer hinter den Schüssen steckt, wir trauern um die Getöteten und sind mit unseren Gedanken und Wünschen bei den Verletzten. Hoffentlich gerät niemand mehr in Gefahr. An der deutsch-französischen Grenze wurden die Kontrollen verschärft.